as the inside of IRMINSUL.
It's different from what I imagined. Like a futuristic city with high-speed connections everywhere.
Ooh. Paimon's never seen anything like this. And it feels like a sacred place.
Actually, I think you have. Your little cape on the back of your neck has the same glimmering astral texture similar to the tree and sky, so yeah, you've seen something like this.
IRMINSUL is closely intertwined with the entirety of Teyvat. Every bit of information flowing here means something. Pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Jaws? Wait, the Traveler has multiple jaws?
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the opposite of everything he says?
Why do you listen to him?
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Can you still sense where the heart of IRMINSUL is?
Yes. Permission to begin searching for information?
Permission granted. Go ahead.
Okay.
Let's go. Stay close.
Hey, so... say we did go running off in here. what are you smirking at?
She's like, I don't care for that.
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face if you went and got lost.
Okay.
Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out. So if you want to stay safe, your best option is to stick close to me.
Okay. Okay. Nightbird falls at the curtain's call.
These sapling things have spread out.
The fragments have dissipated, the space seems to be affected
Those
somehow.
are all packets of information from inside IRMINSUL. Be careful not to touch them.
Location change now, like transport on another path. Wait, what? Are we going backwards? Don't touch the things. You touch the things.
It looks the same in every direction.
Don't touch the thing. But it seems Balladeer is more used to it than I. I'm pretty sure he's been into a bunch of other spaces.
No wonder he mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth. Is he mocking me again? What is it this time?
There's a time and a place to lie, but this definitely isn't it. So why don't you relax your guard a little?
Yeah, like Among Us. You could definitely lie in that game and somehow get away with it.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
Also, I'm not a very good liar, by the way. The center of the universe, all the information in the world is flowing through it.
Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Good, you made it.
Ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents. Establishing waypoint.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him.
He hasn't put any resistance, seems to be good at working on the front line. Maybe he has a similar role in the Fatui. First, I come out and sell other stories. Now this, what a strange individual.
The rest is up to you. If you discover anything at all, make sure to share it with us.
Will do.
Okay.
Huh. For once, we're the ones with nothing to do.
Uh-huh. But then again...
Traveler, Paimon, would you like to talk?
It is a telepathic conversation.
Yes. I've also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the? We can talk to each other inside our heads?
Guessing you don't want to disturb the Balladeer.
That's part of it. Plus, we're all friends. There's nothing wrong with us talking like this once in a while.
Where you don't actually move your lips to talk.
Paimon's never tried this before. So, Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer's a bit of a walking contradiction?
He seems like he's excelled doing a lot of jobs for others.
As I've told you before, there are still some mysteries for him to resolve. Things that are clear as day to me, but that he has yet to understand.
So basically, you kept the Balladeer around because you want to study him. And you... for what reason?
Perhaps today will be the day that he finds some answers.
So it's also for him. Is this past about the betrayals and other events in Inazuma?
Well done. Smart and attentive as always.
I've actually, like, watched some videos that talked about betrayal, and betrayal screws around with you. Actually, I got a glimpse of a few things running under Hypatia at Paradis Dia. Related, you saw the Balladeer's mind while in Paradis Dia.
So, you made contact with that part of his mind. Well, it's true. Betrayal turned the Balladeer into the person he is today.
Because he was not only betrayed back then, from the Riding Shogun and everybody else related to the Riding Shogun, but also the Fatui.
Paimon thought nothing could get under that guy's skin. Turns out, he can get hurt and angry just like anyone else.
Yeah.
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet created by the Electro Archon.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into 2 people at the Academia today talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident.
If you mean the mysterious events, the Kabuki Mono and so on, yes. I know about all of that.
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling the gaps with their imagination.
Alright.
At least that's what they thought.
You tell any about the story of Akebas?
Oh? How interesting. Those 2 managed to deduce quite a lot through guesswork alone.
So the Genshin got it right?
Well,
Guess
they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
By who and why?
Must be a riveting conversation you 3 are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when I'm not involved.
So you don't like being left out. You want to know about everything?
What makes you think we're talking to each other?
The fact that you're surprised is a dead giveaway.
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously, I must be the topic of said conversation.
Yes. We have a right to keep certain things confidential.
Of course you do. You can't have your prisoner knowing too much.
Why? You want to know stuff?
So,
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world. It wouldn't surprise me if there was nothing on either of you in IRMINSUL at all.
wait! How did you know about that? Did Nahida tell you?
Probably.
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you.
But your attitude is better than I thought. Every conversation with you is hard work, but your attitude is better than I thought.
Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. And making cordial conversation is something I can manage. Huh?
What?
This light. It looks similar to those saplings. What could it be?
Could it be the information we're looking for?
Anonymous data.
But
Hey, don't you forget the agreement!
Shh.
you have to share with us, but we're a little bit hypocritical now.
Mr. Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatarasuna's furnace, after all.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace. It has to be me.
Is that so? Well, since you insist.
It's...
What? You know? That name, Niwa, is the man charged with Tatara, plus he belongs to the lineage of Ashinyart. Is the Balladeer in any way related to this?
Whoa!
What?
I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place. Like a giant village. People are gainfully employed. Their lives have a purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique.
Okay.
Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
Mikoshi?
You flatter
No,
me.
Escher.
From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma. And it has been my great honor to
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected. Because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate.
It sounds like the introduction of capitalism here.
And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. It kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do. None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. That doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does. Otherwise, why would you still be standing there with that smile on your face?
Because... Oh god, that frickin' smile.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Was Escher responsible for Miwa's disappearance?
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I. He does things by the book.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a
Behind his back.
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Judging from the deadpan expression and smile on her face, I'm sure he has every right not to.
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, it looks like your plan to destroy Tatara Suna has worked. I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
For him to turn his back and get him with the knife.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
Backstabbed. Literally, theoretically, and just every other E between.
You're a little smarter than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Quite the different voice here.
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Recognize that voice? The Doctor. This is the same voice actor as the Doctor.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
So it's the Doctor who was responsible for getting rid of Niwa.
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world. However, I did not make it with you in mind. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet.
Interesting how it's the Balladeer, the puppet, who's the one reading this.
Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us. He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that are people like you.
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little guilty. Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself.
Right, doesn't cut away the things you've done.
Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? Mr. Niwa? Already dead.
Yeah, that's the Doctor right there.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Jester? I don't know who the other Harbingers are.
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Yeah, the gesture is the director of the Futui Harbingers.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore! Good.
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
He was the one behind that Tatarasuna incident.
Why did we see things from his perspective?
He left it there because knowing full well that somebody would find it, and therefore, if somebody like the Balladeer would find it...
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so, but it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
So the Balladeer has been living a lie. The betrayal was a lie and he believed it for 100 years. Was this part of the doctor's experiment? The betrayal never happened, it existed only in his imagination. But where does that leave him?
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon does.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Because he's committed to such acts while under the impression, and now he's gonna reevaluate himself.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabukimono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the Balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the Balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process.
Dang.
The load was far beyond what he expected, but the Balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?"
How did the doctor respond?
The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for." He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants. The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The Balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the Balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
So basically this interlude chapter is like everything explaining what happened with the Balladeer after Inazuma. But it's like he kind of created an identity based on that moment. So how does he redefine himself now?
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Yeah, it's also called blaming the dead guy, which a lot of people who do kill kind of do. He betrayed and abandoned by a close friend is sure to cause great resentment. Now they know he's behind the decision to take revenge on the right Gokuden 100 years ago. But it doesn't mean that vengeance was the right decision.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Wait a second. Nope. A while later.
Shall we see how he's doing?
I think we can see him right here. We just need to ask him.
Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
We want to make sure it doesn't affect your plan. Wait, what plan?
It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Oh yeah, the plan for him to cooperate with us.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in IRMINSUL.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. IRMINSUL does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Tevat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Maybe. Unless there's something else, not unexpected, but still.
Don't thank me just yet.
Why?
You look really upset. Well, since IRMINSUL was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Because looking into the eye of God and being connected to the spirit internet of the world was a dead end. Maybe the one thing that I know could help.
Huh?
The reason why there are records about your brother in IRMINSUL. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this. Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
Because he was there at first? Because he was in Conria 500 years ago? And so, when the two were split up, basically, he got there first and she came long after.
The Jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this.
Because you have no reason to lie, knowing what you know.
Did you get all that, Lesser Lord
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from IRMINSUL.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
What have you done?
Jester is also the first Fatui.
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Why?
Give me your hand.
Why? What?
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
So it's his way of telepathically connecting.
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
No. He wants to change his past. Wait, why are you asking me
Done.
that?
Huh? What the?
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Reluctantly hesitate, but because I know Greater Lord Rikavada. I think not denying it immediately
So
give the answer I
long.
needed.
I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Okay, and wait, did we ask him to stop running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
What?
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Is he seriously gonna try to change the past? Is he gonna try to change history, similar to how Nahida changed history?
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than but if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
He couldn't deal with the pain of being lied to for several hundred years. So he's gonna take some weird little adaptation method where he's gonna avoid the pain by changing everything.
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared.
Is Nahida still listening? He's gonna try to change history.
Oh no.
Oh, can you hear me?
Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer.
What? It was the Balladeer's fault. He shut you out.
He's telling Nahida everything that happened.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left.
So even if he wanted to, he wasn't able to?
Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or...
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here. Even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get...
Okay. Now. Ooh.
We're out.
This is an emergency. I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will disturb you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but this isn't something I need your help with. Leave this one to me.
You asked us for help to keep an eye on the Balladeer, and now you're gonna ask us to not help?
An emergency? How bad is it?
Don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor disturbances, it won't lead to a disaster.
Her voice has gone.
Yeah.
Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has happened. What do you think the Balladeer meant? And why did he suddenly grab onto you before?
He wants to... God, I don't know why. Like, he wants to know if you can change the past. But, like... that could be an idea. Like, the Balladeer is capable of reading minds or telepathically communicating, similar to Nahida. So... No, CC, no. So basically, because of the idea, somehow the idea of changing the past was also connected to another idea of the Great Lord Rukkhadevata. So because of that one split instance of whatever Nahida did to solve her problem, now the Balladeer is trying to do it to solve his problem. Everyone doesn't remember Great Lord Rukkhadevata, and Balladeer's question was extreme and hard to explain in full, and the truth might be just stretching. I think I get it. Because that question was related to the Balladeer's problem of changing the past. He wants to do it similar to how Nahida did it, but let's skip the part about the Great Lord and focus on Balladeer. And he might have been planning.
He wants to change the past? But surely that's impossible.
It's not easy, that's for sure. Because now we're bringing a time-traveling element to this.
Right! You can't just rewrite history. All that stuff happened already in real life.
Is that something Nahida's gonna have to deal with?
It's like, imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even if no one was there to see it, Paimon would sure as heck remember drinking it.
Yeah, but that's like a tree falling in the forest example. The idea... I don't know if water counts.
So, why does Paimon still have a bad feeling about this? Paimon can't help but feel scared about what he might do.
Maybe it's not about what he might do. Maybe it's how Nahida is going to react to this. Because it's never about the result of what he's going to try to do. It's about how other people respond to it. Because Nahida, assuming if she has any awareness of what has happened before, might be the biggest hypocrite of all, and I think the Balladeer is using this example of changing the past as a way of, like, questioning Nahida and her choices.
Ooh, Paimon's so confused.
Maybe he wants to erase himself from history, or somebody else, or...
Huh?
Well, that broke.
Sorry. Paimon accidentally...
Yeah, but it's still your fault for dropping the vase.
But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in IRMINSUL?
Nah, yes. But how it was done, even I'm not sure.
Uh-oh. Paimon's had it with that little brat. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Otherwise, won't everyone who's connected to him be affected too?
I think that is the point, because it's not even a question as to whether or not he will succeed. It's a question of how Nahida's gonna take this and deal with the idea of changing history, regardless whether or not she might be aware that she already did try to change history. Balladeer doesn't erase himself. Many people will be affected. I can't imagine what this situation will look like. Worst case scenario will affect everyone with the connection. The Rain Kokiden, Kazuha, Ayeki, Ayato. Well, I mean, they'll disappear.
There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas on what we should do next?
I feel like the Traveler and Paimon are having a Doc Brown moment from Back to the Future. This idea of changing the past in any way could alter the future in ways nobody could imagine.
Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so worried. Paimon won't be able to sleep a wink tonight.
Yeah, well, melatonin. That helps me sleep.
So, how about,
No.
alright, Paimon will start. First dish.
No.
A Korean chili chicken, almond tofu, satisfying salad.
Now you're reminding me of food. Now I want to go get something to eat.
Also, Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp balls, triple layered.
And they fall asleep. Just like that. What? What? What's wrong?
What was Paimon supposed to be doing just now?
Are we stuck in another samsara?
Paimon was, talking? Huh. Paimon suddenly can't remember what she was talking about.
You're getting worried about the situation with Balladeer, and you started talking about food.
Is that a food too? Huh. Weird name, though.
Oh my god! He did it. That's why Paimon can't remember. But the Traveler can remember. He actually did do it. Oh crap. He somehow did it. Paimon doesn't remember the Balladeer. That must mean he actually pulled it off. Ooh. But how did he have the ability? That doesn't make sense.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon said?
The fact that you don't remember and...
So, the Balladeer. Is that someone's name? 'Cause it sounds like a nickname or something.
Oh god. Having to explain something again to the same person who already understood it before in a situation where no one can remember it. Except for Tui Harbinger. Is this really happening? I need to know what else changed.
Okay, sure. Where are we going?
We're going back to Inazuma. What did he do in Inazuma?
Huh? Fine by Paimon, but is everything okay?
No.
You're acting like this is an emergency.
He actually did do it. Somehow. Even I don't know. We gotta go there. And there's no time to explain! Let's go!